Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. I am having some head spinning happening today, not literally, but boy oh boy, the energies around the world at the moment are just off the Richter scale. So last couple of readings I did today went down some really interesting paths with some information that's coming out. We are talking about massive unravelings. We're talking about massive shifts. Please, in your part of the world, look after your community, your chosen family. Look after yourself. Don't be fearful. This is interesting times we live in, but they're not something to be feared. Out of fear comes hatred. Just know that you are the beacon, you are the light. And what I'm going to have a look at, I've just noted this down. I think what's going to happen going forward is that the readings I'm going to do are going to be really big picture readings. But I want to have a look at a little gossip at the moment today. Entertainment only, because too much news, not enough gossip. Speaking of which, Lena, feeling for you if you're watching this. Yeah, I got pinged about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I know what you're going through at the moment because you dared to hold up a card, the devil card, out of the tarot deck. Okay, you can't fight it because the reviews are done by bots. So just grit the teeth and we'll move forward because we're here for bigger stuff than this. But I'm going to have a little bit of a gossipy kind of reading. I want to have a look at Tom Homan. Homan? The current border dude. Someone brought up, I was watching something the other day, I think it actually was Denise Knight I was watching, and she did a reading on Tom. And I better just pause you and check that I've got the spelling right. Hang on a sec. Right, Noel, Tom Homan. The border guy. Anyhow, I was watching this video of Denise's when she did a reading on him, and it was not a good reading. It's not a good reading for Tom. And somebody in the comments mentioned that asked if he was a reincarnation of Erst Rome, R-O-H-M. Now, there was lots of different spellings of that, R-O-E-H-M, but I think the correct one is Ernst Rome, R-O-H-M. He was a close friend of the mustachioed one in the 1930s. Apparently he was promoted to the position of the leader, or created the paramilitary wing in the 1930s. The paramilitary wing in Germany in the 1930s became the brown shirts. So ICE by any chance? ICE. Reflections. So he was the leader of the brown shirts. Now, apparently he got a bit I won't say overzealous. Yeah, okay, I'll say overzealous. He got a bit overzealous and overconfident. He was apparently a rampant homosexual and was very public, which did not fit with the image that the regime at that time was wanting to portray. And he apparently was unalived during the 1934 Night of the Long Knives. Now, if you're wondering what the Night of the Long Knives is, it's the SS purging basically the entire paramilitary command leadership wing, the brown shirts wing. So I want to have a look. Now we're talking 1934, so this was 5 years. So he created the brown shirts, the equivalent of the ICE. Yeah, as I split the deck. Yeah, that's the truth of it. Absolutely. He disappointed the mustachioed one that was in the top dog position. So, okay. I think that's pretty much saying, is that the shortest video I've ever done at 5 minutes? I'm going to say yes. Tom Homan is the reincarnation of Ernst Röhm. Now, we know that Miller is the reincarnation, is it, of again, I can't remember which one it is, one of those nasties. The felon was in there too as well. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to throw some cards then. Okay, entertainment only. I'm not even going to do a past life reading because Ace of Swords. Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of these figures have come back together in this lifetime. Was Miller Goebbels, was it? I also got the other day that there's one of them that is the reincarnation of the one that created the concentration camps in the 1930s, the final solution. They've all come back together. Okay, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. What do we need to know about Tom Homan? Okay, this popped out. He was given the choice to come back, oh gosh, in this lifetime and make right with this Hierophant card. So we've got the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the new opportunity, the new path, and the Hierophant, the dictatorish control. He was being given the choice to come back in this lifetime and make good, but he didn't. And he's ended up in this nightmare situation because he didn't learn the lesson. So we've got the Nine of Swords and then the Eight of Cups. Now, I don't know that he's going to be held accountable for what he was doing, but he may find himself, I'm just getting, he was given the opportunity to come back in this lifetime and correct what he did last, but he chose not to. Oh, man. Okay, show me what. He's not long for this world. Oh gosh, and then I look down and see what the deck is. He's not, I'm going to say he's not long for this world. I don't say that he's going to be unalived. I just don't think he's long. He was given the option to relearn the lesson and he chose not to. Okay. Show me what's happening for Tom Homan. Show me Tom Homan, right? The Queen of Wands. Queens for me are internal action, like doing. Okay, thank you. Oh, I hate to say it because queens are beautiful. They are absolutely strong, powerful figures, but this is very much about he prostituted himself. And there's that Knight of Swords. Cycle, and the cycle coming to an end with the World card. In the past, strength, the strength that he was. You've got the infinity symbol up here. He came into this lifetime in a position where he would have strength to do what was compassionate and right, but he chose not to. This is in the past. Crowning this reading, his actions having consequences with the Justice card. He's trying to hang on with that Four of Pentacles, but we've also got the Four of Cups. Again, disappointment in him. We've got the betrayal here. The betrayal. We've got some information being brought forward with that Page of Pentacles, and then the outcome is the King of Wands. The King of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Magician, and something manipulation, unexpected, out of left field, whistleblower. Yeah, you've then got the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, the Retreat, because of the steel in the past and the information's going to come out. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to say that's what I'm getting in this lifetime. I'm not even going to do the past life reading for him. I got absolutely, he had the opportunity to come into this lifetime to correct what he did last lifetime, but he chose to go down the same, repeat the same, and because he's refused to learn the lesson, I just don't think he's long for this lifetime. I'm going to actually put a little bit on the end of this reading about Butler. So what's coming out now? So the widow of the dude that was unalived in Butler with the fake pew attempt, I'm going to call it as I see it, entertainment only, allegedly fake. I got, at the time, it was staged. I got very shortly after that we've got this emperor and the manipulation and also the perpetuating of this story. And look over here while this is happening over there. He was yesterday. It was all about, he was in an interview, talk about a spotlight whore. Nothing about the widow. It was all about him trying to suck the oxygen out of the room in regards to what's happening with the Epps files. Yeah, trying to keep a lid on things. And then we've got the Chariot, the chaotic inability to move forward. I got shortly afterwards that the young man was supposed to be using blanks, which is why the investigation was really quickly stifled. So let's have a look. I do get that the truth will come out, but it won't be while the felon is still alive. But let's have a look. What's happening in regards to what happened in Butler? Come on down. Right, volatile information is going to come out, and yeah, the challenge is the information that's going to come out. Speaking, the information. Huge information coming out. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Ace of Wands. In the past, we've got the Queen of Wands. Crowning this reading, disappointment in, so it's the Seven of Pentacles, unable to harvest what has been put out there, or disappointment. Trying to keep a lid on things. The information is coming out with that Seven of Pentacles, starting to get gleaned. The regime is trying to keep a lid on it, but externally, this emotional disappointment, loss, heartbreak, despair, betrayal. Internally, this Five of Pentacles. Again, trying to keep a lid on it and shutting down. But we've got the World card and the hopes and fears. We've got the Three of Cups, the Circle of Support, secrets being revealed. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, bringing an end to the happy families. We've got homeland security. We've got disappointment in what is on offer. We've got the Chariot card. And we've got the government, military taking over the government potentially. Ten of Wands. The information is going to be incredibly burdensome. We've then got the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, everything changing, having to defend himself and walking off a cliff. The foolishness at his mercenary actions. We've got the attempt, the lies, betrayal, deceit, trying to make out like a bandit, and justice coming. The reason why I feel so overwhelmed and confused is that there is, when I say the unraveling, it is not one thing. This is coming from many, many angles, to the point where I just feel absolutely bombarded. The truth's going to come out about this, and he's going to be proven, allegedly, that it was a setup, it was a fake, and he's responsible. And it's part of this destroying the cult. I can't emphasize enough. It's part of this destroying the cult. What you're going to find probably going forward is that I'll be doing more of these bigger picture readings, rather than going, who was bonking who, and who's getting divorced and what information came out, because I'm just feeling that it's time to take this next level out look at what's happening in the world. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love to you all. Take care, grit your teeth, 5-point harness time, and yes, it is going to get worse, but then poof, it'll be over, and then the hard slog of the sifting through the ashes and rebuilding will happen. So please, please, please look after yourself, because we need every single one of you to help with this rebuild, and it's very much about you now putting the foundations in for what you want the future of your country to look like. And I'm actually going to share a little story. Sorry, I was finishing up. I was talking last night with a girlfriend that I haven't seen for ages, probably nearly 12 months. Obviously, I was busy with my mum. She was busy. We do share texts and stuff. But finally caught up with a phone call in Australia. So she does have some underlying health issues. And what happened, she was out to dinner one night with her husband, and she started talking a bit nonsensy and not making sense. And her husband, fearful that she was having a stroke, had her taken to hospital. And they did the brain scans, and it wasn't a stroke. They found 2 tumours, melanoma tumours, about 0.5 centimetre each, round in her brain. She was booked in. They said, we can't operate till we have an ICU bed, an intensive care unit bed for her to go to. We will have one for you tomorrow. So she was booked in for surgery the next day by one of the top neurosurgeons and went into the ICU for 3 days, intensive care unit. Has a good ending, this. She then came out of the intensive care unit and then spent 3 weeks in the hospital itself, recovering and then making sure she was okay. And she's been sent home, and she's now undergoing immunotherapy, because apparently, because it's in the brain, radiology and chemotherapy don't work on the brain. So she's undergoing immunotherapy, which is still in its infancy. And she's been undergoing that for the last 6 months. Now, I'm just going to put it out there, not 1 cent. It has not cost her or her family or an insurance company 1 cent. All covered under universal health care. So for those that rail against universal health care, I'm just putting it out to you. Have a think about the advantages of paying 1% tax, so that everybody, and if you earn more than 400,000, you pay 1.5% tax that goes directly to the healthcare system. Just putting it out there as a thought. Okay, because we need to start thinking down this path. Love to you all. Take care. Catch you shortly.